Good morning. So the next week we are going to start the periodic test and we are going to receive the question paper from the Kinfer. I already attached you the portions for the accountancy and business studies. In accountancy, the part A and part B. No, so in part A, it includes the first three chapters. That is accounting for non-for-profit organization, partnership basic concepts, and admission of a partner. And in the part B, it includes two chapters, that is financial statement of a company and analysis of financial statement. It includes common size and a comparative statement. Okay, so for the periodic test 1 I completed the portions and attached you all the materials relating to that periodic test portions. So today we are going to revise the chapters for the periodic test. Okay, so today I am going to give a revision for the first chapter in the part A. It is not for profit organization. It's a very simple chapter, but it includes many concepts. But if you are thorough in that concept, we can able to do the problems very easily. Okay, and it includes many theory part, and from this theory part there is more scope of asking, that is one more questions and three more problems also included in this chapter. It's very simple chapter, and this I attached you the revision note for this chapter, and it includes a complete note for this non-profit organization. It's very useful for your periodic test, and includes theory part and important questions and important problems, which is repeated questions, and it is model questions which is asked in a CBSE board exam. Okay, so have a complete study in this chapter by using this revision note. It will be very helpful for you, Pratik. Okay, so today in this chapter, first you already know that it is what is the meaning for the non. We already studied meaning for the not-for-profit organization. That is, it is relating to the organization which is rendering services to the members or to promote their cultural activities among the society. This institution are playing very important role, and the primary objective is providing services, and these institutions will not prepare the profit and loss account, because this institution has a main objective of rendering the services, but the financial state, such organization will prepare some of the financial statement of the for their concern at the end of the accounting period, and there are three type of accounts is prepared under this organization. First one is the receipts and payments account, income and expenditure account, and the balance sheet. So receipts and payments account is a summary of the transactions which is appearing in the cash book. That is, it includes all the receipts. That is, so debit side. In the debit side it includes all the receipts, and in the credit side it includes all the payments, and all the receipts and payments during an accounting period are included under this heading. For example, if the club is received the subscription from its members on different dates, it will be recorded in the cash book in a chronological order. That is on the basis of the that is on the chronological order, means as per the year, that is 82, 83, 84, and as per the date, as per that is in a calendar basis, they will the amount is appearing in the cash book, and all the receipts and payments account will contain the total subscription which is received during the year. But in a cash book, it is the amount which is received on the basis of subscription from the members is recorded in the chronological order. But in the receipts and payments account, it contains the total subscription amount which is received during the year, and it includes some of the important features of receipts and payments account. That is, it is a real account. Receipts and payments account is a real account. That is, it contains a summary of all the receipts and the payments. Okay, and in the debit side it shows the receipts, and in the credit side it includes the payment. So excess of receipt over payment is the closing balance which is on the balance sheet on the asset side. Okay, so this account begins only with the opening balance. First one is the opening balance of the cash or bank. Okay, so any item may be repeated many times, but it shows once in the receipts and payments account. So all the cash payments are shown on the credit side of of the fact whether it's in capital nature or of revenue nature, and whether related to the current year, previous year, or the next year. Okay, that is a total amount. Not only for the current year amount is included the receipts and payments, it includes all the amount which is related to the current year or previous year or the next year. Okay, so in the credit side all the cash payments are included, and record only the actual receipts and the payment of the cash. So the receipts and payments account, it includes only the cash receipts and cash payment. Not non-cash items, that is depreciation, outstanding expenses, outstanding income, or ignored at the time of preparing the receipts and payments account. Keep in mind, only the cash receipts and payments are included or recorded in the receipts and payments account. Non-cash items are not recorded in the receipts and payments account. Okay, so it is not reported on an accrual basis. There is no adjustments. So no such adjustments in the receipts and payments account. Only all the adjustments will taken place in the income and expenditure account. And this account does not show the income and expenditure of the accounting year. So it does not show the amount received or paid only for the particular accounting period. So it contains all the information related to the current year, previous year, and the future, that is forthcoming years. Okay, and next one is the income and expenditure account. It is the same purpose for a non-profit organization as a profit and loss account. So it is same as that of the profit and loss account we already studied. And receipts and payments account is a real account, but income and expenditure is a nominal account. Okay, so nominal we already studied in the 11th standard. What is a real account? It includes a real account. It includes all the assets, whether it is a tangible or intangible assets. It includes, and nominal account is account where all the expenses and incomes are recorded. It is a nominal account. Okay, so this account is prepared by the non-profit organization, and a summary of the income and expenditure, whether income received or not, and whether expenditure is paid or not. Okay, and some of the features are, it is a nominal account, no capital item. Capital item means that is related to the assets is entered in this account. In debit side all the expenses for a particular period, and in credit side includes all the income to the same period. And opening balance and closing balance are not recorded, and that is for the whether if it is a income or expenditure, whatever may be, only the current period amount is only taken into account in the income expenditure account. But in the receipts and payments account, it includes all the current year, previous year, and the last year. That is a future year, that is the next year. No, that is all the information will be recorded in the receipts and payments account, but in the income and expenditure account only the current year account will be taken into account. Okay, so the credit balance in the after completing the income and expenditure, and if the balance is coming in a credit side, it is excess of income over expenditure, and excess of debit balance is called as excess of expenditure over income. Okay, well, next one is concept of fund based accounting. So some of this non-profit organization will receive some of the funds for certain specific purposes, and these funds are used only for those purposes. Okay, and fund based accounting refers to accounting whereas the receipts and income to the particular fund are credited to the particular fund, and payments and expenses are debited to it. So these funds are created for some specific purposes. So it is called as a fund based accounting. The funds are called as prize fund, building fund, and sport fund. So separate accounting is needed for this specific fund. So this is called as a fund based accounting. So that will be a question called as what is meant by fund based accounting. So some of the important items of not for profit organization are, first one is a legacy. So it is amount or property which is received by the organization under a will on death of the contributor. It is called as a legacy. So we can say legacy or the donations which is made by a person in his will. Will means that is a property. Some of the donation. So the donation is called as a legacy. So it is received for a specific purpose and must be capitalized in the name of the concerned fund for which it is received. So the legacy is received not for any specific fund and may be added to the capital fund. Okay, so capital receipt by which it is for example there is one person which he is writing his will and his property will be transferred after his death to a not for profit organization. So after the death of Mr. Shyam, his property will be treated as a capital receipt and is considered as a capital receipt by concerned not profit organization under the heading legacy. So it is one of the amount which is received as a donation under the will or death under the will of a certain person after the death of his such donation is called as a legacy and is received for a specific purpose and is under the heading legacy. Okay, and next one is the entrance fee. It is called as a admission fee and it refers to the amount which is received from the person for becoming member. The entrance fee is received and is paid by the member at the time of joining in the not-profit organization. So it is a recurring nature and it is treated as a income. Next one is the grant. It is one of the donation or aid which is issued by any government agency to any non-profit organization for a specific purpose, not for a for specific purpose or general purpose. So it is to be capitalized. It is treated as a revenue income and it is appearing on the credit side of the income and expenditure account. Okay, these are all the specific items. And donation. Donation is also the amount which is received by the non-profit organization for any from any person or institution without any consideration. It is called as a donation. There is two types. First one is the general donation and second one is a specific donation. So if we see about the general donation, it is not for a specific purpose and can be utilized for any purpose. So it is called as a revenue receipt. But specific donation is the amount which is received for a particular purpose and can be spent for the same purpose only. Okay, so if for example it is donation received for the construction of a building, so it is used only for the building purpose. So only it is called a specific donation and it is treated as a capital receipt because it is some amount which is spent on the asset. Okay, and next is subscription. Subscription is the amount which is payable by the members of a not-for-profit organization for renewal of a membership. So in order to renew their membership, they have to pay certain amount to the non-profit organization and under the name subscription. So it is a revenue receipt and it is recurring in nature. For example, there are 60 members of a not-for-profit organization and each member is required to pay a sum of rupees 300 per annum to continue his membership. So this amount is called as a subscription. Okay, so there is 60 members and per annum for 1 year each member is required to pay a sum of rupees 300. Okay, so what is the amount of subscription? 60 into 300. Okay, it is the amount of subscription for year because 300 is not for month, it is for year, for per annum. If it is for per month means first you have to convert to the 1 year, that is 300 into 12 and then you have to multiply with the number of members. Understood? Next one is the life membership. So it is also one of the fee which is received from the members. It is not pay the periodic fee or subscription but pay a lump sum amount to become a lifetime members. So in order to become a lifetime members, they have to pay certain amount as a fee and it is called as a life membership fee. Okay, so is added to the capital fund or separately on a liability side of the balance sheet. Okay, so the next one is the endowment fund. What is the endowment fund? It is one of the fund which is created from the legacy or gift which is received by the non-for-profit organization. These funds are invested outside. So endowment fund is a fund which is which is received or created from the gift or any legacy which is received by the not-for-profit organization, and this is invested on the outside. So income from the investment of such funds is used for some specific purposes. So if there is any income which is received from the investment of such fund, so this fund is utilized for investing outside, and if there is any income which is received from the investment of these funds, it should be used only for some specific purpose only. So it is coming under the liability side of the balance sheet. Understood? Okay. So here some of the format. See here, that is amount of endowment fund. There is one of the example, that is 5 lakhs amount is received a donation with the condition that this amount is invested as a fixed deposit in a bank. So income from this investment will be used to distribute the prizes to the students of the society. It is one of the example for the endowment fund. Understood? Okay. Next one is the honorarium. What is my honorarium? It is amount which is paid to a person other than the employee for rendering certain specific services for the non-profit organization. So it is honorarium is the amount which is paid to the members other than the employees for rendering some of the services for the not-for-profit organization. So it is treated as expenses for the not-for-profit organization because the amount is paid by not-for-profit organization. So what is the next one is, these are all the, so there are 8 specific items, okay, and next one is, there is a format of to calculate the amount of subscription which is shown in the income and expenditure side for the current year. Okay, so first one is the amount received during the year, and we have to add outstanding amount at the end of the current year and amount which is received in the previous year, because this two amount is for the current year. Okay, so we have to add the current year amount. And what is the amount to be subtracted? Outstanding in the beginning of the current year, because it is related to the last year. Okay, out of this actual amount received in current year. Okay, and next advance which is received in the current year, because it is related to the next year. So this amount is to be subtracted. So outstanding at the end of the year and amount which is received in previous year to be added, because these two amounts related to the current year, but outstanding in the beginning of the current year because related to the last year, and any amount which is received in the current year because this amount is related to the next year. So these two amounts should be subtracted. So the balance amount is called as the subscription to be shown in the income and expenditure account. This is the format. And what is the format of calculating the rent, which is to be shown on the expenditure side of the income, because rent is one of the expenses. So it is the format. What is the format? Rent paid during the year, and we have to add the same format. Outstanding for the current year and advance which is paid in the previous year we have to add, and the rent paid in the current year but pertains to the previous year we have to subtract, and which is paid in the current year but it includes to the next year because it is for the next year. This amount should be subtracted. Next one is the stationery. It is one of the consumable items. Okay, so in this also this is the format, that is amount paid for stationery during the current year. We have to add the opening stock of the stationery and creditors for the stationery at the end of the current. This is a format, so you should be very thorough in this format. Okay, so we have to add the opening stock of the stationery and creditors for the stationery at the end of the current year, and we have to subtract the creditors for stationery in the beginning of the current year and closing stock of the stationery. Okay, so the balancing amounts to be shown in the income and expenditure side. Be thorough in this format. How to calculate the amount of subscription, how to calculate the amount of rent, and how to calculate the amount of stationery. Okay, so there are many sums From the following, it includes a receipts and payments account, and from this information you are required to prepare the income and expenditure, and they are asked to compute the income from the subscription for the current year, that is 31st March 2011 is the current year. First you have to read the question properly. So in the sum, it includes a receipts and payment account, and that is to subscription 50,000. This is the paid, actual amount paid. So below that, it is an adjustment, that is 31st March 2010 is the last year and 31st March 2011 is the current year. From this information, they are asked to prepare the income and expenditure account for the year ending 31st March 2011, that is the current year. So you have to prepare the income and expenditure account for the year ended, put the heading, and you have to divide the two side. Expenditure, there is a debit side, and the income is a credit side. First you have to take the, as per the format, subscription paid. You have to see the receipts account 50,000. As per the format, we have to add the outstanding for the current year end. See that subscription outstanding 2011 20,000 we have to add, and we have to add the advance amount which is received in 2009 to 10 because it is for the current year. Understood? So 15,000 subscription received in advance, 15,000 amount is relating to the 2011, so we are adding. Understood? So next one is any amount which is received in 2010 to 2011. So 10,000 amount, that is subscription received in advance in 2011 is related to the 2012. So we should not included in this year, no, current year. So we are subtracting, and the next one is 10,000. This is subscription outstanding 2009 to 2010 because it is a subscription for the last year. So we are subtracting. Understood? Very simple. So the next sum is relating to the how to calculate the amount of stationery. So as per the format, write the amount which is the amount which is paid, of amount paid, and you have to add opening stock of stationery and creditors at the end of the current year. What is the current year? 2011. Okay, so 2011 3,600 is the creditors at the end of the current year, and closing stock, it should be closing stock and creditors for the end of the, that is for the previous year, last year, it should be added and should be subtracted. See the format and do the sum. Okay, so see the next sum. It is a 5 mark sum. It is also very simple sum. So in this sum, the following is the receipts and payments account for the year ending 31st March 2011, and they asked to prepare the income expenditure account for the 31st March 2011 is the current year, and also the balance sheet. See the additional information, it includes the opening balance in the debit side and some of the receipts and the payments, some of the expenses, and last it includes the closing balance. And see the additional information, in the beginning of the year the club had books 60,000 and furniture 11,600. Subscription in arrear 2010, 1,200 and 2011. Arrear means that is outstanding. 3,600 were due by rent in the beginning as well as at the end of the year. That is outstanding. Due is also called as a outstanding. Okay. So rent outstanding in the beginning and also the end of the year is 3,600. Write-off means we have to reduce the amount. Understood? As a depreciation on furniture, depreciation is 1,000, and for the books 6,000. And March 31st, 2011, salaries 3,000. Salaries 3,000 and our electric charges are outstanding. So salaries and electricity charges are expenses. So it is outstanding expenses. Understood? So from this information we have to prepare the income and expenditure account. Okay. So before starting the income and expenditure account, we have to prepare the opening balance sheet. Opening balance sheet. Okay. And then we have to prepare the income and expenditure account and the balance sheet for the current year. So first we have to prepare the opening balance sheet. That is the current year period is April 31st March 2011. So what is the current opening? Opening will be 2010, that is April 1, 2010. So first we have in the opening balance sheet we should include all the assets and liabilities only for the 2000 opening balance of the assets and liabilities should be included in the opening balance sheet. Understood? So see that assets, first one is cash. Cash, for where we have to see receipt side opening balance, that is the opening cash and bank balance. Understood? So the closing balance brought down is the opening balance, carried down is the closing balance, we already know. So brought down balance is the opening balance. So opening balance would become in the opening balance sheet. Understood? So next one is the subscription. Subscription is the, see that subscription, see the adjustment 2010. It's outstanding, no? Subscription is one of the income, and subscription in arrear means outstanding. So subscription income outstanding is coming in a, it should come in a asset side. So subscription outstanding, see the adjustment 1200. Understood? See books and furniture. Books, in the beginning of the year the club had books. So beginning of year means that is it should be come in a opening balance sheet. For that only they added that information. So books 60,000 and furniture 11,600. And see, come to the liability side, see that rent outstanding, it is 3,600 were due by rent in the beginning as well as the end of the year. So in the beginning of the year also 3,600, at the end of the year also 3,600. So rent is expenses, outstanding, due means outstanding. So rent outstanding is called as a outstanding expenses. So it should be come in a liability side. So rent outstanding 3,600, and you have to find out the balance amount. It's called as a capital fund. This is a first procedure. Okay. So first you have to prepare the opening balance sheet. Understood? Now we have to prepare the income and expenditure account for the year ending 31st March 2011. First one is the first we finish the income side. Income, first see the subscription. Okay. Subscription. So see the amount, already 44,000 is in the receipt. So by subscription 44,000, and we have to add the current year outstanding. What is the current year outstanding? 31st March 2011 current year outstanding 1,400. See the adjustment 1,400, and we have to subtract the last year opening outstanding. Okay, that is 1,200 we have to subtract. That is as per the format. So the balance amount you have to appear in the outer column. Next one is the entrance fee. Entrance fee is also one of the income. So 11,040. Donations. Okay, donation is also one of the income, and interest and profit from entertainment is every item will become in the income side. Now come to the expenditure side. First one is the rent and taxes, and in this, as per the format, how to calculate? We have to add the current year outstanding, and we have to subtract the opening outstanding. So current year, that is current year outstanding is 3,600 we have to add, and the last year, that is 2009 to 2010 outstanding, we have to subtract the same amount only. So we have to subtract the 3,600 and write the outer column, and come to the salaries. Salary, and that is outstanding. See the adjustment. Salary is 3,000, so we have to add, because outstanding we have to add, and the electricity charges we have to add. And other items, general expenses, the same amount. Books is an asset, it will not be come in the income and expenditure side, and office expenses will become, and investment is also an asset, so it will not be come in the expenditure side. Understood? So, but in the adjustment, That is the depreciation, write off depreciation. So we have to, it is one of the expenses and it should be appear in the expenditure side, that is write off depreciation on the books and furniture. We have to add and write the total column in the outer column. Okay, and then we have to find whether it is a surplus or deficit. Surplus means excess of income over expenditure and deficit means excess of expenditure over income. And in this sum, surplus is 20,160. So we finish that income and expenditures account. Now come to the balance sheet at the end of the year, that is 31st March 2011. First see the asset side. Okay, so asset side, first one is the cash in hand. So now we have to see the closing balance. Understood? So the 28,260 brought down is the opening balance of cash in hand, and the closing balance, the carried down 24,380 is the closing balance of cash in hand. So the closing balance will come in the closing balance sheet. Understood? So the next one is the investment. So already that is investment is asset, no? So 28,000. Books, already 6,240 is that is the book, the value of the book is 60,000. Understood? So additionally there is 6,240 in the payment side. See that payment by books 6,240, and in the that is adjustment, the value of book is 60,000. So 60,000 plus 6,250 you have to, and there is a depreciation also. So first you have to see whether there is any new amount of book. In adjustment there is 60,000 is the value of book, and you have to see whether there is some of the additional amount in the payment side. Yes, there is additional amount in the books 6,240. So we have to add that the total amount is 66,240, and you have to see if there is any depreciation. Yes, there is a depreciation, so we have to subtract the depreciation amount and write the balance amount in the outer column. Understood? And next one is the furniture. Furniture, in additional information only the furniture amount is included, 11,600. There is no such additional amount in the payment side. So furniture 11,600, and there is also depreciation in the adjustment. So you have to subtract and write the balance amount in the outer column. Understood? And next come to the liability side. Capital fund. Capital fund is the amount which is the balance in the opening balance sheet. Capital fund. So we have to bring that amount. Okay, and in that amount first you have to add the surplus amount, that is excess of income over expenditure. If there is deficit, we have to subtract the amount and we have to make the balance amount in the outer column. And as per that we already studied in the liabilities, outstanding expenses should be appear, no, and don't forget to check the additional information should be appear in two sides. So outstanding rent 3,600 is appearing, and because only the last year, that is the current year amount alone should be taken into account in the current year balance sheet. Salaries outstanding will be appear, electricity charges outstanding will also be appear. Okay, it's very simple sum. And next sum is also very simple, try to do by yourself. In this sum also the opening balance sheet is prepared, and we find the capital fund is the balance sheet figure, and then income expenditure account is prepared, and next one is the balance sheet. Okay, so illustration 5 is also very simple sum, that is relating to the stock of stationery, that is creditors for stationery and stationery purchased. It's very simple sum. Be thorough in this sum because all these sums are very important sums. And illustration 7, it includes all the, that is subscription arrears, subscription in advance, stock of medicines, amount due to the suppliers, value of equipments, value of building. So it's a very important sum. So check the sum and do the sums by yourself. Okay, so all these sums you have to do the practice. So from this sum definitely there will be a question in your question paper. If you are thorough in this all the sums, you can definitely do the sum by yourself. Okay, so all the sums the same model. So keep the theory part, be thorough in the theory part, and study all the important questions in this revision note. It is very useful for you for your periodic test, and do all the sums relating to this chapter. Moreover, it includes 10 sums, 10 problems. In this, it includes only 10 illustration. So practice all this illustration sum in your classwork note or homework note, and you have to attach me tomorrow. Okay, in your assignment section, you have to take the photocopy and you have to practice this 10 sums. Okay, thank you.